I just lived there. So, I went to Crypticon this weekend. Anybody here, were they at Crypticon? Anybody know what it is? Yay! Alright, cool. All y'all are missing out. What it is, it's a horror sci-fi convention. If you know who Dee Williams is, she's known as like the horror mom from E.T. She was there. The kid, not Wilson Milano, but the boy, and who's the boss, he was there. It was cool. So it's a weird convention because you have horror and sci-fi nerds. And if you didn't already know, if you're not keen to that, they are diehard. They're like Swiftie times a million. Swifties times just a buttload. Fuck Mike stands. So there's this woman I know. Her name is Natasha. She's super cool, and she doesn't come across as someone that's like, a drunkard that gets fucking hammered all the time. No, not like that. So I saw her earlier, the first night of the convention, Friday, last weekend. And time passes, you said hello, and then we went separate ways, and then all of a sudden, she is just sloshed, just stumbling around, and just, ugh. And, I'm like, man, is she roofied or something like that? And, well, it ended up, the next day I saw her, and she seemed in pretty good shape. But the thing is, when you go to a convention like that, horror, sci-fi, you don't order 2 Long Island iced teas. That's just a bad concoction. I'm just happy she's made it out okay. I, on the other hand, am sober 49 days from alcohol. Anybody in here go to rehab? Liars. So, the funny story, I think, is I didn't tell my mother or father on the way there, or until I was actually driving to my rehab location. Dad answered the phone, let him know. He was super supportive and solid, it's cool. Mother, on the other hand, she plays golf a lot. She's a very active woman in her mid-70s. So, left her a voicemail and let her know that she needed to call me. Didn't tell her I was going to rehab. So, of course, what does she do? She calls me right at the moment in time. I got to tell her for like maybe a minute, and the admission woman comes in, and I'm like, Mom, gotta go, gotta turn off my dark mode. Bye, I'll talk to you when I talk to you. It was a very interesting little interaction. Something about rehab, and when you're checked in, they have geriatric feeding times. I hope you all know what geriatric means. It means old feeding times. So what happens is you eat breakfast 6:45, lunch is at 10:45, and dinner is at 4:45. So what that does is it kind of reprograms your brain so that you think like an old person. So what ended up happening was I kept forgetting my fucking fork, spoon, or knife, or, 2 of the 3 things. So then I got in this repetition of going, SHTEY, don't forget your fork, knife, and spoon. Don't forget your fork, knife, and spoon, man. It was fucking awkward. Very, very awkward. So I met this guy. He was in our group, the house that we're in. And he was born in Houston, but grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. His name was Peter. And being osmosis, I started talking like this guy. He was, sweetheart kind of dude. And I kept talking like him. I just was like, hey, Peter, what the fuck, man? I keep talking like your ass. What am I going to do when I go back to Northeast Minneapolis and I keep talking like your ass? And he goes, well, SHTEY, you just gotta watch Fargo about 2 or 3 times and you're gonna be okay. And I go, God damn it, Peter, it's the most overrated Coen Brothers movie. You're fucking my shit up, man. Eat a dick. And he goes, well, you're talking normal now, aren't you, SHTEY? That was pretty good. All right, so I got that. Okay, the other thing too is the substance that I used kept my figure, and you probably can guess what it was. I've already gained some weight back, but what I would do in rehab is I asked Siri at a certain time, you know, those geriatric fucking feeding times, to remember to just get a banana and like some fruit so I could keep my cocaine figure. I am SHTEY, your bipolar metalhead. I'm an advocate for mental health. Anybody wants to talk about it after, when I smoke a cigarette, let me know. It's real nice to see you, and see you real nice. Woo!